YouTube! True Draco is here, and it is top tier. Now, I'm going to teach you all this deck. Now, yeah, I know you're going to look at this deck, and you're going to see 6 URs in the main deck, and you go, gee, this deck is pretty expensive. If you have 2 Heritage, and you don't have 3, you can absolutely play 2. It's fine. You'll be okay with it. You generally want to play 3, but 2 is okay. Most of your other True Draco monsters you're going to find are rares and normals, so they're easily accessible for you to get. Duality isn't mandatory, but it's definitely wanted. If you have 2 of it, go ahead and play 2. If you have less, play less. But other than that, the rest of your deck is pretty much SRs, rares, and normals. And the extra deck is totally optional. You can edit and play that based on whatever you need to do. Okay, so first of all, let's go over the True Draco monster. So basically, if you've ever played Virtual World, Virtual World kind of works in a similar manner to where you're going to find that certain effects apply depending on whether you want to get to a monster, a spell, or a trap. It kind of follows a similar regime to go into that manner. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the deck list. We're going to start going over the monsters first. Yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, let me get back to OBS first. Okay. So going over the monsters first. First we have Dynamite of the Knight of the True Draco fighter. So basically all your True Dracos have different effects. Which are that some of them all of them activate when your opponent activates a card or effect. You either get to add a trap, add a monster, or add a spell. A continuous spell. So Dynamite the True Knight, whenever your opponent activates a trap, you get, whenever your opponent activates an effect, you get to place a continuous trap, True Draco continuous trap, in your spell and trap zone or add it to your hand. Also, you have, also this card allows you to tribute summon it by attributing a continuous spell or trap instead of a monster. So keep that in mind. And that goes for all your True Dracos. They all work the same way. Next, we have Majesty Maiden. This one adds a monster whenever your opponent activates a card or effect. Also, while you control this tribute summon card. If you summon it off return, you can't. But while you control this tribute summon card, but activates card effect, we add a True Draco monster for your deck to your hand. So really, really good. And then you can tribute summon this by tributing continuous spell or trap. And then last is Ignis Heat. This one allows us to activate a spell or trap, a spell from our deck, or add a spell, continuous spell from deck to hand. So continuous spell, Ignis Heat places a continuous spell or adds a continuous spell. Majesty Maiden adds a monster. And then Dynamite Knight plays a continuous trap. Or adds a continuous trap. Okay. So now let's go over the spells. First is the UR Draco Heritage. This card is very, very good. Basically, you can draw cards in the turn equal to the amount of True Draco, different types of True Draco cards sent to the graveyard. Spell, trap, and monster. So most of the time you're going to draw 2. If you send a trap and you send a continuous spell, you're going to draw 2. Also, all your spells have the effect that you can activate the effect to tribute summon in addition to your normal summon. So you would tribute summon out your Ignis Heat, your Dynamite Knight, or your Majesty Maiden in addition to your normal summoner set there. Next, we have Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix. This card shuffles 3 in the deck, draws a card. So this is kind of like your Noble Knight Brothers for the deck, allowing you to constantly draw a card, gain that card advantage back. Or your Prank Kids Pranks, if you've played Prank Kicks before, it's the same way. It works during the main phase, and then it has that additional tribute summon effect, making it very versatile. Also, what you also need to know about your continuous spells is whenever they're sent for a tribute summon or sent to the graveyard in general from the field, not for a tribute summon, but whenever they're sent from the graveyard to the field to the graveyard, you get to pop a spell or trap on the field. So if you send your Draco Phoenix or you send your Heritage to the grave, you're going to be able to pop a spell or trap on your opponent's field. So very good MST effect. And that will apply for your turn or your opponent's turn, depending on if you use one of your traps to get that into motion. Next, we have our first trap, True King's Return. And this has a couple effects. First, all your traps have the effect during your opponent's turn. You can tribute summon during your main phase of your opponent's turn. Also, when the traps are sent to the grave, you get to pop any monster on the field. So, good spot removal on your opponent's turn. True King's Return allows you to revive any True King monster in defense mode from your graveyard. But keep in mind, you won't get the effects on the field because they need to be tribute summoned in order to do that. So, yeah. Next, we have True King Apocalypse. This one is really, really good because it can be used in damage step. And this non-target halves the attack of all your opponent's monsters. So it's a permanent mirror wall, and it's very, very good. Like I said, does not target. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you pop a monster on the field. So if you tribute summon your opponent's turn, use this to tribute, and then you bring out your Ignis Heat, and then or your Dynamite Knight, or your Majesty Maiden, and then you instantly pop a card in the field. Next, the last card we're running is Power Sink Stone. So this card allows us to, when there are 2 counters on this, your opponent cannot, or you cannot activate effect monsters, and also on the field, and also their effects are negated. So this is really, really good because you're going to be chaining your own True Draco effects on your opponent's turn. So you're going to get this to 2 counters immediately. So if there's a deck I would compare this to, I would compare this to Triamid. This deck is really, really strong. Now on top of it, we're also playing this skill, which gives us Dragonic Diagram. So you need to have 15 or more True Draco or True King cards in your deck and no field spells. So this card is insane. True Dragonic Diagram, all True King and True Draco monsters gain 300 attack. The first time a tribute summon True Draco or True King would be destroyed by battle. It is not. And once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control to add a True Draco or True King monster from deck to hand. So it's eroded for the archetype, but also triggers your and your spells. It helps you field draws for Heritage. It helps pop cards in the field. Really good going second card. Really good going first card to line up Heritage either way. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Now a quick review of the extra deck. We're running Win because this card used for... Basically, you're going to use this to make, with your Majesty Pegasus, your Majesty Maiden, to make Win on the field, revive back a level 1, then make Linkuriboh into Ningirsu to out Nightingale. We also, on top of that, Borolo to out Nightingale, Unicorn, into Phoenix Cerberus, into Pentastag, and Vimano. Like I said, the extra deck is totally optional. You rarely go into it, so don't overthink it too much. Alright, we're going to show you a few hot replays here. And a huge shout out to Emma, Olivine, Jasmine. Thank you for allowing me to cog your account, as you do every month. I am so gracious of that. Because it gives me the content to help me make cog runs with all these different decks. Okay. Yeah, this is a good one. This is the Blue Eyes one. And the Odd Eyes one. Okay. So... let us take a look at these replays. These are very good. Masterpiece when? Yeah, right. Alright. Here we go. Few replays to show off. Here we go. Alright, I want to bring up a point here. Here we make a mistake and we pop at the wrong time. What you want to do is wait out the Kite Trick. I'm going to show you right where I mean. Okay, so don't pop here. Wait out the Kite Trick, because otherwise he can negate us with the Clear Wing. But we would have won that duel anyway. We would have had follow-up, and we would have added the trap to our hand for follow-up. For all of the people who are sitting on Twitch watching this video, box opening is coming right after this. Okay. That was the replays. So I hope you enjoyed that. We will have more True Draco gameplay coming, so if you missed the climb and you want to see more, please follow, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitch. We have more gameplay coming. And yes, appreciate that. Thank you. Bye, YouTube.